Day 2 on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, and it's also day 2 of making Alp great again. Going to give it a good rinse, start undoing parts, and really kick it off today. Something I didn't mention yesterday in the video was that I'm in Tautapere, at the bottom of South Island, about 90 kilometers west of Invercargill. Sweet ass, thanks man.
You're welcome, man.
So I'll see you later then, eh?
Yeah, see you then.
Taking out the plastics first. These have been put together in a myriad of ways. New holes, whole mess. But kept it all together. See, this is all the things I did in Australia after the crash. Things like that. Heaps of rivets, lots of rivets. Sort of thing. Gotta move for a second, Rui. See that? Cut down a really shitty screen to size. Wasn't a great fit, better than nothing. But before that, I had a Yamaha screen on here, cut the size, which was a 95%. What's up, Rui? Which was a 95% fit, and it looked awesome. I would do it again. Front fairing. Quite a mess. Lots of rivets. All of this was mangled. This whole front console, everything was gone. Just gone. Water protection I made. $25 Speedo from eBay. Broke the second session of off-roading. Don't buy these. The speed indicator went crazy, but it was still counting kilometers correctly, so there is that. Belly pan. The engine guard. A lot of areas are bent, like here and here. So we're going to try and bend that into place, but it has to fit back on here, and it also sits too tight on the plastics. It's going to be an interesting job. This is the center stand bolt, so this bolt came off. It's not the original anymore. Came off on a really bad day in Mongolia, so at the end of it I was setting the motorcycle down and it just kept falling down, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And it's rainy, the bike is muddy, the rack was broken, and I just wanted to settle down. I just dropped the bike against the wall. That's the engine guard. They're both definitely going to need quite some work, and especially straightening it out is going to be a task, because you can straighten them out and then try putting them back on. Here we go. The amazing Transalp belly pan engine guard. Made out of plastic. Built to last. This thing started to get ripped to shreds in Tajikistan. And later in Mongolia started to rip. And I fixed it in the past. And look at that, rivets. Just look at all that shit, all that crap. And I'll show you later what I actually have as an engine guard, belly protector. Forgot the proper name for it right now. Show you what I actually have, and also show you the impacts I've gotten away with under the engine and the exhaust. Still going to try and fix these plastics, but they go for about 30-40 euros in Europe. But they're still good. Just need to fix the attachment points, which are absolutely obliterated. Some especially the other side. Top chain guard, bolts kept falling out. At one point I just zip tied them all. It's gotten a lot of abuse here. Mainly the chain at the end of its life I was running towards the end from Mongolia all the way to Chita. Just slamming from Ulaanbaatar. Slam, 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 slam. That was a solid 2,000 Ks, I think. And I got a new fake did in Chita. Lower chain guard must have broken when it came down on a rock at some point. Alright, that's stuck to the clutch cable. In Holland one time they cut my brake line.
Oh yeah, you don't really.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
It's good quality one.
Yeah, so I want the same one for the back, stainless steel one. I'm surprised how well this held up though. And you know, this didn't pass because of this crack here.
Oh, fuck.
So I covered that up. But you know, I had this crack
For how long?
since I got the Transalp. Stand bypass I was talking about.
Yeah.
That the guy made for me in Geraldton. But I don't have the center stand switch.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't switch off when I put my center stand down. Already yesterday I thought Jorge is gonna start talking about the pipes, man.
Yeah.
I know just one of those Laser Pro, you know, that's a typical exhaust that goes on here. They would look pretty awesome. Grab this one here. GV case, really great, nice and roomy. I think this is 36 liters. I wanted the 42, but it served me really well. Put your tent, put your sleeping bag in there, put the laptop on top, and that's how it survived for almost 3 years. Help is getting pretty naked. So I'm taking off the bash plate now, and I'll show you what my awesome bash plate is. It works like a charm.
Oh my coffee.
How's that? You can really see that you need a bash plate. Look at that spread. Put this on in the outback in Australia. Hey, you need to put a sign up, fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
I love this thing, man. Yeah, man. I like it when you take everything off. I generally like the stance of the Transalp. Yeah, that's all right. Started labeling the boxes now. I'm getting a few too many. What labels?
Really high. Gold. Looking for gold. Oh yeah.
That's it, man. That's what I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do this, it happens when I want it,
Yeah.
and sometimes it happens when I don't want it, and then I'm fucked.
Oh no.
Need to go back, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna strip further down, strip down that Transalp.
Here comes the exhaust. Just pretty rusty now. George is giving it a lot of shit. I'm already thinking about maybe replacing it, but I have not budgeted an exhaust. But I know I'll gain a little bit of power and a nicer sound. There you go, the whole exhaust. When I did the clutch in Kazakhstan, we tried to undo this, just the exhaust, undo it from the pipes. Can't do it. Would have to be forced tremendously. So this has never been separated. All right. I'll need to take a picture of that. All right, rear lights out. Got an interesting situation here. Indicators meet in one bundle and then go to the to the rest of the cables. So there's a brown one and a brown one, and one goes into orange and the other one goes into blue. So I reckon I'll pre-tag that. Indicators. There we go. This whole headlight frame got mangled up in a crash in Australia. It's completely mangled. Brought it back to life, but it was an absolute mess, and the headlight has never been the same anymore, but better than nothing. So the regulator crapped out in Australia on the west coast, which fried my battery, and once the battery was dry, I was still running a wet battery. It fried the ECU, one of the CDI units, and the bike just came to a complete halt. Then fella Brian in Geraldton, an electrician who just randomly walked up to me in the street, invited me to his place. Turns out he's an electrician and a petrol head, and he fixed me up with, I think this is an 85 BMW regulator. And he said, you got to replace that at some point, you know, sooner than later. It's been working wonderfully. Thanks again for that amazing work, Brian. Hope you ever see this. Had to do a little bit of fixing on an olive bore in Australia. This is a little smaller piece of pipe in there which had been riveted in. We couldn't weld it. Did the trick.